All right. So I started working on this satellite that I want to launch into Kerbal orbit. We need to set up a relay network in order to launch a in order to transmit data between Kerbal and Duna, right? And in order to do that, we need two of these. One around Duna and one around Kerbal. At least. So we're building this setup right now. I have this thing built. This should function as intended. And we don't need a chunky rocket to launch this thing. It's a very small payload. Yeah, that's huge delta V on this thing. We just need something to be able to get it off the ground at this point. I don't think this has the... No, it doesn't. Maybe we do something like this to bring up the thrust to weight ratio. No, that's still really bad. Wait, why is that even worse? I think it's because this. Because this needs to feed into these. The thing with the Terrier is it has such a good ISP in a vacuum, but we also got the atomic rockets. I think this is what we're gonna do. Nah, the Terrier is what we want on this, but then we want coupling. It's just, we need to, yeah. Not very complicated. Do this, and then put... We don't even need 4 of these. We really only need 2. And then we'll put 2 reliance on these. And we will feed fuel from these into that. Right? Weird. What's that arrow? Yeah, I don't know what that arrow is. Huh. Oh, is it because it's so low? No, I don't have any idea. Oh, it's because it's not equal, right? Yeah, but even if I put it here, it has an arrow, and those are equal. I'm not sure. But if I put them here, it doesn't have an arrow. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's like direction of... Yeah, another thing we need is we need a probe core to be between this, and that's not going to be simple to fit in. We can put struts to kind of support this, right? It should be okay. Yeah, 1.35 thrust to weight. All we need to do is get into orbit. And then in a vacuum, we're fine. So the fairing will break open right before we reach right before we create our periapsis. I'll break this open. And then we'll continue to burn, break the probe off, separate it, and then get this on a re-entry course into Kerbin's atmosphere. Almost wondering if you could fit the probe core inside of this. Like if I were to do something like this. No, it doesn't seem like it wants to let me do that. What happens if I do this? Will that work? I may make it a little bit more stable. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's fine. Is that heavier or lighter? 0.25 versus 0.05? Ooh. Yeah, but this is going to be more stable. All right, let's send it. Just going to send it. And all we need to do is get this like in high Kerbin orbit, right? And then re-enter with the debris. Put the debris on a all right, quick save. I didn't put any RCS on it. Yeah, that was a mistake. So this thing doesn't need RCS. I'm wondering, can we just do something like really cheese right now? Hmm. Does not want to allow me to do the cheese that I'm trying to do. That should be fine. Just 2 on both sides, right? That should be perfectly fine. I don't think we need these giant fins on here. We can just use the basic fin. I really do not know why. Wait, what? Do we have to do this manually? Yeah, we gotta do it. I hate having to do this. 1. And then you have to like place it and then, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's kind of equal. Yeah, I'm unsure as to why it's giving me that arrow. Did I mess something up with the design? We'll see. I'm just gonna launch it. It's best to just test it out. Oh, you know what it is? I flipped the core upside down. See, look, yeah, it's backwards. I know what I did. I know why it's doing that. I don't understand how I was supposed to know that that was flipped. Now this shouldn't be showing that arrow. Or no, it's showing the arrow the other direction. And I am so confused now. Let me just launch it again. I don't know how to check. Also, it's not centered. Wait, what's going on? Are these not centered? Am I missing something here? Definitely seems centered. Yeah, I don't know. Let's launch it. You know, it may be because I put the probe core on the satellite. Okay, well, at least that's our prograde now. So yeah, it was flipped upside down. That was it. It was flipped upside down. I fixed it. So this thing should absolutely be able to get into orbit. We may not have enough thrust with this. We'll see in a second. We may not be able to get high enough before that really has the energy to get us where we need to go. We'll see what happens. A huge part of this game is just seeing what works. Yep, there we go. No idea why that happened. None. Zero. Zero idea. I think I need to scrap this whole design. I think this whole design is bad. I think what we need to do is I've made way better setups than this one. I think I messed up in the core design of this. Like, I need this thing to be here and then this thing to be there. Yeah. And doing that in this game is not easy, right? Like, wait. I can do reroute and then click that. There we go. Does it still do this now? There. See? Now it's fixed. It's because we're routing from here rather than the probe core from the relay satellite. Okay. That probably fixed it now. Also, we don't need these giant fins. We just don't. Basic fins. Let's put these a little higher so they don't clip. Yeah, we're good. This will work. I understand. See, I'm still like new to the idea of launching two separate vessels at the same time. I realize that all of the landers and stuff that I've made in the past, I've effectively made them one thing, like one command module. That's not what we wanted to do. Reset this. That breaks off after that. This fires alongside this. And this is the last thing to fire off, right? Yeah, this can break off with before this, right? We're gonna break this off. No, the fairing can actually break off. Yeah, I think, well, we'll see. We'll see. I can break it off manually. But I don't like the idea of leaving like small pieces of fairing in orbit. All right, let's see if this works. It should. It should work. Yeah, it's much more stable now. Something was getting messed up because we were controlling from the satellite rather than from the core probe. I should make the UI a little bigger. Can I do that right now? UI. Wait, oh no, that's UI sound. Oops. Audio volume. Yeah, we don't want that high. We want... You know what? Turn camera wobble off completely. I don't like camera wobble. UI scale. Here we go. Oh, that's way too big. Yeah, I think that's good. It's a little bit larger. Yeah, we'll do that for right now. Been a pretty good launch so far. Haven't wasted much fuel trying to redirect. It's stable because of the swivel engines. They really allow you to fine-tune your maneuvers, or your trajectory, should I say. Yeah, this UI size, like that extra 10% looks a lot better. Oh shit, what's our apoapsis? We want a high apoapsis anyway, right? All right, at this point, we are going to detach these. And then we are going to break off the fairing, because we are in orbit. And now we will wait for our apoapsis, which is plenty high. All of these will fall back. Yeah, absolutely. Guaranteed. It's not even going to be close. All right, and now we just burn. Prograde. We've got plenty of time before we fall back down. We're leaving all that debris behind. Let's not burn down the horizon. Let's just burn horizontal. We're falling back down. We should have started burning a little earlier. I think we may have burned a little bit too late. Yeah, this thing's a little heavier than I thought it would be. We really shouldn't have let this get below 1,000 because it takes, yeah. This is what we're waiting for now. We're waiting for this number to get to 0. And we have basically... No, we're not going to make it at this rate. Or if we do, we're going to just touch the atmosphere. We'll let it burn. I want to see what happens. This number is going to reach 71 before this reaches 0, right? That's what's going to happen. Yeah, let's revert. I don't think we did anything wrong. I think we just didn't angle ourselves low enough early enough. We had the energy, we just didn't have the time. So let's launch it again. That was human error. That wasn't... We had plenty of energy, 3,000 meters per second. But just we didn't have the time. And unfortunately, you can't really rush this process. Like launching and deorbiting, stuff like that. Like you can't speed time up to do this. It's just a part of the game. At 100 meters per second, we want to start angling ourselves. Yeah. Gotta keep an eye on the periapsis. That was a big mistake. We went too high too soon. Yeah. And our velocity, we don't really want it to get above like 800. Because if we start seeing that red, that means that we're pushing, we're getting too much drag. The animation where it shows that we're like cutting through the air. All right, that periapsis is high enough. Now we can start. Burning more horizontally to get the periapsis up more. The apoapsis doesn't get too high, so we use more energy getting our periapsis up rather than our apoapsis. And we can break the current. There we go. And we're gonna just start our burn right now. I don't care. We have plenty of energy, just not all, it's gonna take time. We need this number to start counting down right now. And now that we're in the vacuum, this is maximum efficiency right now. The specific impulse is 345. I want to do some research in understanding this number. I just know that that basically measures the efficiency of the engine. We really, honestly, we really should just put a swivel on this thing instead of one of these. The Terrier is really efficient, but that efficiency comes at the cost of not having much thrust. And it's just gonna take, yeah. The great thing is this number gets smaller faster and faster, or it gets closer to 0 faster and faster. So it's not like it's gonna, yeah. Yeah, the time to reach this is increasing, which is basically, it's what we want to see. It's what we want to see. And the time to reach the apoapsis, you don't want to see. I mean, if you're burning past the apoapsis, it's not terrible, but you just ideally want to be burning right before the apoapsis. Or right on the apoapsis is perfectly ideal. So you want this T to be within a minute, I'd say. 30 seconds is probably even better. Because see, we're constantly pushing it ahead of us. Yeah. Yeah, we can't... That's one feature that I'm looking forward to in Kerbal 2, is supposedly you can speed the game up while burning without it being detrimental to the physics engine's calculations, which is big, but we have yet to see it truly be experienced. That's all I've heard. So this satellite we want to probably be... I don't know. I'm just gonna keep burning. All right, periapsis is formed. Let's make it... Yeah, we do not want to be in such a far orbit that we get sucked into the moon. To the mun. Try and flatten our orbit out a little bit manually. There we go. I'm just gonna burn prograde. I don't even need the maneuver. We are going to want to save about 500 meters per second for deorbit burn. But I'm thinking Apple apps is at about 3 million. That way we have a good range. I've heard mixed things. Supposedly a geostationary orbit above the space center is the best, but yeah, once that hits 3, we'll there we go. And then we burn here to bring our periapsis. I want to get it pretty stable. I think we're gonna need 2 burns optimally, ideally. Yeah, that's as close as it's gonna get. It's gonna cost 400, and then I mean we're gonna have plenty of extra energy. If the next run we do in Kerbal in this game, we are going to be rigorous about our first Mun and Minmus runs. We left debris in orbit. Now, the thing I learned is if you really want something to deorbit in a timely manner, such as within 5 years, you needed to have a periapsis below 30,000 meters on Kerbal. Below 30,000 meters on Kerbal, 30 kilometers. And if you're crashing it into the Mun, it's gotta be dead center. All right. That's a pretty stable orbit. We'll do this last burn just to even it out. What? Why can't I? Why isn't it letting me burn? What just happened? Oh shit. We need we ran out of energy, that's why, right? Wait. Oh fuck, man. This is the thing I'm talking about. I didn't put solar panels on this thing. And this thing requires energy. I also didn't put batteries on this thing, right? I put batteries on this, but this can't open unless I break this. I can't do anything. Wait, am I doing something wrong? No probe can... Oh, hold up, hold up. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. We just need to wait, I think, right? No, we don't have probe control, and we're also in a somewhat geostationary orbit. See how... Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, no. I messed up. We didn't put solar panels. We didn't put solar panels, and it messed us up. So we need solar panels, and we need batteries. That's all. Right? That... It's okay. It's okay. And another thing is, screw the slight increase in efficiency. We need more thrust. Right? 60 kilonewtons versus 215. Yeah. This one needs to go with these. All right, save. And those burns should not take as long this time. But yeah, that was a little frustrating, but it's okay. Yeah, we're accelerating too fast. Put that down to about 75% throttle. Who knew that launching a basic satellite would be so difficult? Yeah, 3 million kilometers seems... It seems okay. That's near geostationary orbit. All right, now we can get our periapsis. There we go. We can break the deploy the ferry. I just want to wait for us to be a little bit closer to our periapsis. Yeah, see that? Or our apoapsis. Our periapsis is increasing much faster now. Now, we're not as efficient and we're consuming more fuel per unit of thrust, but it makes our burns faster, so I don't care. As long as we don't run out of fuel, that's all that matters, right? Okay, our apoapsis is getting huge now, so I really just want to make sure our periapsis is above 71. There we go. Do we go apoapsis 1 million? That might be a little better. I think 1 million is going to be a little better. There we go. Yeah, we'll have the fuel to deorbit. Oh, wait. Before we do anything else, we good? Good, we're good. I didn't really need to cancel that, but whatever, it's fine. All right. I think this will be the last burn unless we want our orbit to be almost perfect. One final burn to make it almost perfect, just for the sake of being able to do this. There we go. That's one more fine-tune burn. Set this to set this to 5. And then fast forward time. Oh, overburned it. Ah, we're within, what is that, 10,000 meters? Something? Whatever. All right, now that we're in this position, we can decouple the... Wait, what just happened? What? Oh. The fuck just happened? Something broke off. Oh, did I attach the... Something broke off when I did that. Oh, it still got its solar panels. Wait, no, it lost one. Oh. Do I care? How did it lose one? It's gonna count as debris, right? Or not. I don't see any debris. I don't see any icon like this. I don't know what happened there. But what was that? That's the real... yeah, that's the... Yeah, so one of the solar panels broke off. During ejection. Also, this doesn't have... its engine broke off, too. It has a fuel tank, but no... What the fuck? I messed up the way that this was connected, is what happened. When I disconnected it, it had enough force to break one of the solar panels and the engine off of it. But at this point, there's nothing I can do. But we have a relay probe, and it should be functioning. I'm just gonna use all the fuel. I don't care. Yeah, see, signal strength 100%. Can transmit science. Full probe control. Direct connection to space center. These are the things we want to be seeing. Right? Now. See, it's connected here. Now I want to see what happens if we lose connection. Okay, now it's connected here. So there are satellites or relay stations on the surface. It seems like spaced around the surface. We're not losing here. I don't know. Comnet network. First hop, set to path, vessel links, set to network. So we do have connection to the orbit station, which I think on the moon, on the Mun, no, we did not put a science. Is that fuel? That's a little bit of fuel. Ooh, it has a good amount of fuel. Nice. Yeah, this was a very successful Mun station and lander. This successfully landed on the Mun and then redocked. And there's enough fuel here, technically, to get this back to Kerbin. But we didn't build it to re-enter. This is also completely empty. We don't have any Kerbals in the station. But if we ever want to do a Mun mission in the future, we relay with this, and we're in a very good position. Also, these should be extended. I don't know why I put parachutes on this. I mean, I guess I could reorbit this, kinda, or have this re-enter Kerbin, kinda, but very unnecessary, I think. Turn the lights all on. Make it look nice. I wonder if we'll ever successfully do this in real life. Have a somewhat permanent station around the moon. I assume we're capable. It's just not easy. Well, that was a successful satellite launch. Even though it's just a satellite, it's still very satisfying. That being said, now we have to figure out how to get a comm link. Yeah, we need to get all this debris out of here. I honestly, I look forward to doing a new run. I want to do an Iron Man run in this game, but I'm still learning. Right? Like, we just had to launch this twice because I didn't put solar panels and ran out of energy. That's learning. That's learning in this game. Duna will be... No, Duna is in a terrible position now. We're ahead of Duna. It's not good. Duna needs to be right here. But unfortunately, we're orbiting faster than Duna, and it's going to take us probably 3 years in order to be back in ideal position. Now, if we had unlimited energy, we could easily flip our orbit, head directly to Duna, flip our orbit again, and then be fine. But to get that sweet 1200 meter per second burn into Duna's sphere of influence, you need it to be like right here. So Duna mission relay network is not really possible. Eve is not in a good position either. We want Eve to be somewhere down here. Moho is in an okay position right now. And Dress is not in a good position. We would want Dress to be somewhere over here. Yeah, even down over here somewhere. Yeah, neither Jewel nor Elu are in good positions either. So we're gonna have to wait a couple of years in game. That was a successful relay satellite launch. I've learned a lot about the ComNet network. And how it's important to have a relay network. If I had known about this before our Duna mission, the first thing I would have done before landing on Duna was I would have launched a relay probe. And then around the same time, I would have launched the lander and the station. Right? Because you kind of have these windows in this game. And you have to take advantage of them. And I did so when I launched this. Well, this says small lander. It's really our lander connected to the station. I really should rename this to Duna Station. And this thing does have a little, no, tiny bit of fuel in it. I think the only reason I didn't drain these was because I forgot to select them. We'll assume that, we'll just pretend that that was left in there as like emergency fuel for maneuvers, micro maneuvers and stuff. This thing should, yeah, this thing has a high gain antenna on it. But again, what we need is a relay satellite that we just launched, except have it in Duna orbit. And ideally, you would have two. You would have two of them so that one of them would be on each on either side of Duna, so that you would have connection. Well, that's why you have three, right? In geostationary, like you'd have one here, and one here, so they can always communicate regardless of position of the station. And you need three in order to achieve that at 100% connection time. You need three. If you only have two, you'd only have at most or at minimum 50%. But three gives you 100%. I think two would work though. Two would be okay. But yeah. That's kind of the next thing we need to do. Again, Duna, Eve are both in very bad positions. I don't know if we want to try a Moho mission. I've actually never made it to Moho. I probably could. Let me see the Kerbal Delta V chart. I'm sure it doesn't take that much to get to Moho. It takes... How does it take more than Duna? It takes way more energy to intercept Moho than Duna. Why? Why would that be the case? Let's look at it. Let's see. Why would that be the case? It's about the same orbital distance. I don't know. I would have to do it, and I would have to try to land on it to understand that. But maybe we plan a Moho mission. I don't know. We would need about 34, 6,000, 7,000. Yeah, to make it comfortable, we would need about 7,500 to 8,000 delta V. And in order to achieve that, we would need to build something that had... Let's just start crafting something. Moho. Orbiter. So what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve entering the orbit of Moho, being able to relay data back to Kerbin, with a... Do we want to bring a mobile processing lab? In that case, we would probably want to bring a single Kerbal, right? But yeah, we have a bunch more science stuff we can do at this point. What does this even do? Natural resources. Does it have this? Oh, it's a surveyor. It doesn't actually have an experiment you can do. Science experiment. Yeah. Science experiments. Science experiment. This is just going to be like all of our science stuff on one thing. That's a resource scanner. Oh, wow. This thing is huge. Maybe we put the Science Junior on top of this. Something like that. Just like all the science stuff. We may have to hire more crew. I don't know if I want to send Jebediah. We're just putting all the science stuff on this. We're gonna make it work. This thing is just going to get there. The only way this is the Kerbals going are gonna get back is by a second mission. As just simply a second mission with a rescue. Probably Mark III command pod with just a single pilot with 2 extra seats, and then they'll bring them back. But as far as this is concerned, this is just going to this is just, yeah, that's fine. This will break off once we, right before we deorbit. Do we even need this? Kinda. We definitely don't need a decoupler here because we need more space for the relay antenna. Which one of these is better? Packet size is twice the size and the bandwidth is twice. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, that, yeah. You know, I'm thinking maybe, well, it's just going to require that the fairing is larger. I don't think it really matters. Is there anything else we need on this then? Wait, what about this then? Wait, this thing is as good as this. The packet size. I don't know what this it means. Antenna type relay. Antenna type direct. Ah, okay. So this will relay and then this will transmit direct it. Okay, so we don't, hold on. Delete fairing, get rid of that. I think what we need is this thing. Right? Even put it this. No, I think this is fine. Or this. Yeah, that seems to be the best. I will be right back. One sec. All right, I am back. So we're building this thing for Moho, but I'm starting to think we may want to continue to focus on Duna. And in order to focus on Duna, we need to wait like 3 years in game. So here's the thing. On Duna, we already have a mobile processing lab, right? What we need are what we need is fuel. We need one of these. And we need to send a relay satellite. So I'm wondering what my goals are overall at this point. And I'm kind of having a little bit of like a back and forth in my brain as to what I want to do. We successfully launched our relay probe around Kerbin. So getting signals to Kerbin will be a little bit easier now. They will be a little bit easier. But now I'm wondering, do we want, maybe we want this same thing, the relay probe, on Minmus? Right? Do we even have anything around Minmus right now? No, we have absolutely nothing around Minmus. I think what we're going to do is we're going to launch that same mission, except we're going to do it around Minmus. So, is this thing capable of getting to Minmus? Probably. We had a lot of extra energy. And to make it even stronger, all we would really need to do is something like this, which would help us get out of get us beyond the atmosphere with a little bit more energy. That's basically all this is for. Now what's our thrust to weight? So we're gonna need that to be 100. I'll put these down to 50 even. There we go. We'll put this down to 80. All right. This should be able to get to Minmus now. So the one thing design-wise that we needed to change was why is this not? There we go. Okay. Yeah, there was something that I messed up with this. Was placed on top of this. So what we really need I need to get those building tools. Is this actually see, it's so difficult to do this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Man, I don't like. There's some limitations in the building system. Yeah, there's the OKTF. So here's what we want to do. We want to save this as the yeah, you need to click tool, reroute, and then click that. There we go. Now this is the route. There we go. Okay, so now all of this. Wait, the fuck? Okay. No. Wow, man, I don't understand this building system, and it's very, very annoying to deal with. I don't know if I want to deal with this right now. What I'm trying, I'm just gonna verbalize what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is remove this from here, and then remove all of this. I'm just going to call it the Mark II. Save. Right? This should have been saved. I need to create a folder. How do I move this into here? I can't click and drag it. I don't know if I can deal with this right now. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated. All right, let's see if we can do this. Okay, that See, I'm gonna have to rebuild the whole thing because of how I built it. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna have to look. Don't save. Delete the folder. Delete. I'm just trying to do something very simple. I'm gonna delete all these old ones too, because it's just getting too cluttered. I'm never gonna use these again. The Rescue Mark II. I just have to do some cleanup. Yeah, we weren't gonna actually use the heavy lander. It's just, yeah. I don't know how to save it to a new folder, right? That's the issue I'm having. We started working on the Moho orbiter. But I think what I'm gonna do is instead make this Duna science extension. Yeah, I almost want to delete all of these. The Rescue Mark II can successfully and stably make it into the moon's orbit, rendezvous, make it back to Kerbin, and re-enter Kerbin safely with 3 Kerbals. The relay probe is what we were just working on, and it's what I'm trying to... I need to just remake this whole thing, right? But the best way to do that is to create a new file entirely. This should work, right? This is like all we need. Now, there are mods that allow you to easily merge and duplicate entire setups like this that I really need to look into. I don't know what this, it's a cargo part. It just creates a block, right? I'm wondering though, if we put a docking port underneath it, and then we connect it. What? Oh, it's because I messed this up. That only should be like that. There we go. I don't know if this is gonna work. But what I'm thinking is we would have this attached to the top of see, this is what I don't understand about, like, why? See, it's like there's a green thing right there, right? Why is it not attaching? Why? I just this is like I've been streaming for an hour and a half now, like um I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm just getting very frustrated, and I don't feel like dealing with the building system in this game anymore because it is very frustrating. So I'll be on either later. I don't know really what I want to play. I'm kind of tired of Oxygen Not Included. I'm kind of getting tired of Kerbal Space Program. We successfully launched that satellite, that relay satellite. So we know how to do it, right? But doing it in the most efficient way possible is difficult, and the building system is very limiting in terms of what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm gonna leave it here. I will either I'm seriously considering switching to another game out of the realm of management and technical games like Kerbal Space Program and Oxygen Not Included. I'm thinking of playing something like Warframe, Rocket League, maybe Factorio, which is kind of in the same realm. We'll see. We'll see. But there are a lot of other games that I really want to try. I'm leaning towards Warframe. I want to get some missions done in Warframe, and I think it'll be a nice change of pace, so I don't completely burn myself out on games like KSP and Oni. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll be streaming in the future at some